In this video, we are going to be making 3 models in one: a star, a box, and a cube. This is Leila Torres of OrigamiSpirit.com. This is cami paper, 7 by 7 inches, about 18 by 18 centimeters. We are going to begin with the white side facing up. We're going to make very short pinch marks at the centers on each edge. Bring the edges together and create a little pinch mark there and there. Rotate and repeat. Turn it over to the color side. And now we are going to be making a fold from this left edge over to about here. And the landmark is that we bring the lower left corner to the central pinch at the top. If we visualize a vertical, then we press a little bit to the right of that and all the way to the left. Unfold, rotate, counterclockwise, and repeat. This time we just have a crease that we just created. We press from that crease out to the left. Rotate and repeat 3 more times. We have a central square that is not parallel to the outer edges. We make sure that we position the paper this way, and we identify the lower corner of that small square. Our next fold will begin there, and we'll go to the left, not all the way, just about to there. And there are landmarks for that. So what we want to do is press from behind and fold it over. Keep an eye on that corner and identify here it on the back, right about there. And then there is a mountain fold on this side. We want to align that mountain fold with this and then create a fold right in between, not all the way. I will show you when to stop. So we align and then we press the crease only to the edge here. Unfold, and we have the mountain fold on this side. We are going to rotate counterclockwise and repeat 3 more times. Now we are going to turn the paper over and we identify where the crease meets this edge. Is the only crease there, so it's about here. The next fold will begin there and end on this edge very close to the other meeting point here. Not quite. To do that, we are going to align this section to the mountain fold here. Notice how there is going to be a little gap between the edge of the paper and the fold. Once we have it there, we are going to turn it over for a moment. We identify this mountain fold that comes to the edge and we want to mark it also here. And now it's here too. And notice that that doesn't quite come to the point of the flap. It comes off a little bit. It should be at the corner of that square base that we have there. We're going to rotate and repeat 3 more times. Notice the gap. Reinforce. Notice how each one of these does not end at the point of the flap. There's a little space there. Having this side up, we're going to pinch each corner together. As we fold, we notice that these two edges align here. Turn it over. We are going to be collapsing it so that it's flat like this. So we will be adding a few folds. The folds will be about from one corner of the square out to the edge. The way we do that is that we press this together, and then notice where I put my index finger. My left index finger is going to be touching this. My thumb is going to be touching the same on this side here. This is going to be pressing here and this here. We bring those flaps down, we press, and as we press, it's going to be flattened. Notice they all meet at the center, and that's when we just flatten. If we open, we notice that we created one fold from the corner out to the edge, and it's quite parallel to this. Now we will transform this into the star. So we are going to turn it over, and we have these triangular flaps here, and there is a valley fold from here to the end. So we're going to reinforce that valley fold 4 times. Pick it up. We position it so that the corners are up and down and side to side, like a rhombus. So we're going to briefly bring this flap to the right, just press it over. Along this central line, we can make the fold softly. We insert our fingers underneath this single flap, and then take the triangular flap and press it inside and go back to this position. Rotate, fold along the vertical briefly, bring this up, and the triangular flap inside. So when we turn it over, we have the star. Now we proceed to make the backs, which is like this. To do that, turn it over again. We position it so that the corners are up and down. And then we bring those corners together. The flaps come together. And then when we pick it up, we have this shape like a little UFO. Rotate so that the points are up. And then at that moment, we hold from each one of the side corners. And we're going to press up. And as we press up, we can just open into a box. Have this box. Notice that there is a little bit of a gap. We can see the color underneath. That's okay, that's the way it is. And if we have paper like this with different color on each side, we can choose to make a fold from here to here, mountain fold, and expose the paper underneath. Or we can leave it just like this. And if we want to close that box into this, turning it into a cube, then we are going to fold those flaps, each one of these flaps from here to here. I actually fold to the inside and also to the outside so that they will be easy to nest and we can have that effect. We can have one color or two colors exposed. To close this like this, we then close one, the next one on top, the next one on top, and the next one on top of this and below the first one. And then we can actually join them together like so and make a whole line. We can nest the boxes. I cut squares that were half an inch smaller from each other. In this case, the original larger square was 6 inches and the smaller one was 2.5 inches. So we can nest them. For more tips and ideas folding paper and using origami, visit origamispirit.com.